the simple word re. It's a prefix to indicate repetition, or again, or going backwards. We use it in our common language all the time. And so I'm starting this new series called Re. And we're going to look at different re words that will help engage our minds, engage our bodies, our spirit, our emotions, and our relationships in a whole new way that I kind of get you to think outside the box. And this first segment of Re is review. When was the last time you reviewed your life? Maybe you need to review your habits, the things you do daily, the things that you are always doing, and maybe you're not even realizing you do them. Or maybe you need to review your lifestyle, how you live your life, how you spend your money, the things you buy, the things you waste your money on, how you earn your money, for instance. Maybe you need to review your diet, your exercise or lack thereof, or overdoing it maybe. Or maybe you need to review your relationships at work, at home, in your family, friends, a significant other. Maybe you need to review your relationship with God. Whatever it is you need to review, and that's viewing again, looking at your life as a whole, because we view our lives all the time. We just see it and we're like, okay, we kind of glance at our lives, but rarely do we truly take a stop and review it. And what reviewing does, it helps us to dig deeper, to get a better sense, an idea of where we're at and what we are doing right or wrong. And not all things that you review need change or correction, but it gives us an opportunity to review certain things and aspects of our life. That way, if it does need a correction or redirection, we can make those things. We can make those adjustments in our lives, no matter what it is. And only you know what those things in your life are that you need to review. Again, maybe it is how you spend your money. Maybe you're living from paycheck to paycheck and you're stressed out. You don't know what to do. So my suggestion to you would be to review your finances. Are you spending money where you shouldn't be? Do you review your daily, weekly, monthly, yearly finances? Maybe you should. Stop there. Look at your bank account. Look at how your money is spent, how money comes in and how money goes out. Do that on the daily, on the weekly, but most definitely on the monthly for sure. That's how you budget your money. That way you can prepare for the next month. That way you can also look towards the next year and engage yourself and budget and save and invest in whatever it is. But regardless, we have to review, especially that. Maybe you need to review relationships. Maybe you're in an unhealthy relationship and you've just been in the cycle of repetition. You've been in the cycle of just floating along in the relationship and you're comfortable, you're somewhat satisfied. You just kind of go with the flow. Have you ever taken a step back in a relationship you're in to see if the relationship you're in is actually healthy? Maybe it's you that's causing the unhealthy aspect of the relationship, or maybe it's the other person. Regardless of what it is, reviewing it helps broaden your mind to indicate whether the relationship you're in or you're about to be in, or whatever it is, needs to be reviewed, to be fine-tuned, to be healed, to find connection, or to be disconnected. Because that's the reality too, is sometimes we have to review those things, that way we can address those things and find the best course of action for our lives. Maybe it's your job. When was the last time you reviewed what you do? How many hours you put in for the amount of money you make? How many hours you put in for the amount of emotional stress or mental stress you put your body through in a job? Have you ever reviewed the job you're in, the career you're in, the path you're on, and said to yourself, well, maybe this isn't best for me anymore? Because it probably isn't. Maybe you need to review your daily habits, how your time is expended. A lot of times we don't. We just kind of have our routine and we just go through the emotions and emotions of our routine. We wake up, we brush our teeth, we make a coffee, we go to work, we eat lunch, we go back to work, we come home, we eat dinner, plop ourselves in front of the TV, and the cycle goes on and on and on. And we never really see ourselves outside of that cycle unless we take a pause and review our daily habits. Maybe you have the habit of snapping at people, or maybe you have the habit of lying or cheating or stealing or whatever those habits are, or maybe they're minor habits that you don't realize are a habit. And the way we review these things a lot of times is taking ourselves out of the equation, looking at our lives through a third-person lens, and that means sometimes even consulting others, people that you trust, that care for your well-being, that aren't just going to degrade you and destroy you and hurt you, but are going to give you an honest and constructive assessment of your life. And that's how you create a good review of your life in general. But it takes us to review, to view again, to go back and see our lives, our routine, our habits, our spending, even our physical fitness. When was the last time you reviewed your diet? What you eat, what you put in your body, what you consume, how you exercise or don't exercise. Maybe you're over-exercising. Maybe you're working in the gym too long and you don't spend a lot of time with family or on other things, maybe exercising your mind. When was the last time you reviewed your mental health? What was the last time you reviewed your emotional status, how you express and process emotions? Reviewing is such a powerful tool to be healthier and to be more constructive in our lives and to be on the right path in every avenue of our lives. But it takes us to stop, take ourselves out of the equation, and give ourselves that third-person lens to go back, to recalibrate our lives, review. I challenge you, as we look at these rewords, what you need to do in your life, how you can go back to whatever it is we're going to be talking about in the next many videos here. As we're going to a new season of fall into winter, I challenge you to look into this new season of how you can recalibrate, review your life, and see yourself in a different lens, and then start making those minor course corrections or maybe a drastic course correction. That way you can find yourself on the best path possible, to find yourself in a more balanced path possible. But maybe it's also reviewing of your spiritual walk. Maybe you're so far from God, and that's what you need to do. Maybe you need to review how you spend your time, how you invest. Reviewing. It takes you to understand that. It takes you to be honest with yourself about it, especially because a lot of times if we're not honest with ourselves, we're just going to keep going down the same pattern and we're never going to stop and review. And then after the review, make those minor course corrections that get us on the right path. And maybe again, it's not something major, maybe it's a small thing. Maybe you offend someone in your relationships and it's you reviewing, how do I talk to people? Oh, I talk to them in a condescending way. I probably need to change that. And you make this minor course correction of how you approach people and talk to them, and you become more approachable. And guess what? You build more relationships. You build more bridges than you burn them. You quit building these crazy walls. So again, my challenge to you is review. View your life through another lens. And then again, maybe it takes you going to people that care about you and know you and know your situation, and that can give you an honest assessment. That way you can also get a different opinion. But maybe it's a counselor, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a pastor, maybe it's your supervisor. But whoever that is, someone again that cares for you, isn't going to degrade you and tear you down, but they're going to give you constructive criticism to help build you in a way that builds you towards the goal you're trying to make. Anyways, I hope this video helps you and helps anyone that you may know. I'm Coach AJ. Thanks for watching a new episode of Living Fully Fit as we dive into the word re in this week, or this video, review. If you enjoyed the content you watched here, make sure to go ahead and subscribe down below to receive updates for further content on this channel. Also, For support of the channel, put a thumbs up. And if you know anyone that can benefit from these videos, make sure to copy the link and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching.